Alright you guys, it's me Sid and I am back for a brand new YouTube video after a long time. It's been a while. My channel is now at 44 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that, I mean, it's been a while. And we're almost at 50. Let's get to 50, but I didn't realize it's like half of 100. My last video has gotten so many views, so many comments, for saying nice thing, and that's good, alright? So in this video we're gonna do a little bit more in Python. I know my last video, it was pretty complicated for some people. Some people were really understanding like how maybe I did some things, how my code really ran. Because between my last two Python videos, my first one and my second one, my last video on my channel, there was a lot of new functions, new things that I added really that we haven't learned yet. So in this video I don't really have a plan for anything, but we're just going to learn a little bit more of the basics in Python. Let's get started. So as you can see, well you can't see, but I generally have two go-tos for whenever I like to use code. As you can see, my head is over here, which is not a good thing, because I'm sitting, but like, hold on a second, maybe I can fix this. What if I can maybe change one of these things? As you know, it's fine. For this video, I'm not really gonna bother myself about it. As long as you can see me, it should be fine. Alright, sounds good. So what we're going to do now is, we're going to go over to a Python IDE where we can write code. So where should we go? Alright, first things first, wherever we're going to write code. So the first place we can go write code that I did in my last video was in idle, which is built in from Python. I actually like idle a lot more. It's simple. There's wing as well, just something else that people use. I don't really like wing. And then there's idle. I just like to use idle. Jupyter Notebook. I told you about Jupyter Notebook. You know what? It's not the best. Like, it's alright, but it's not the best. It's just for very simple code. And if you then there's Replit. Replit is a great place, especially if you want to do online code in most events. I do have a Replit account. Replit is great, but I don't really like Replit that much either. So my go-tos are generally either idle or PyCharm, which is like, I show you guys how to install it. I might leave a download link below. I don't know if I will. And the last question, a lot of you guys may be wondering, what about Dog with the TV show? Well, what about it? Episode 2 will come when it's ready. It's not yet. Oh my gosh, Thomas probably knows so much, you guys. But don't worry, this channel is not dead. It's still active. Let's get started. So I'll open PyCharm right now. And sorry, you guys, about my webcam. My last video actually improved. Actually, I'm sitting straight, but like my head is kind of being cut out. There it is. Actually, maybe I can still improve it. Okay. Hold on. I have PyCharm on my other screen, so can't really see it. So this is just something I've been working on like my own time, really. That's just something I made. But let's see. If you want to make a new thing, just click File. You can do New, which will just basically make a new Scratch file, or you can do File, New Project. Let's go ahead and do that. And basically, you can make projects in PyCharm, which is a pretty cool thing. I don't know if we've gotten over that. And then you can just choose this environment. So there's virtual env. We're going to stick with that right over there, alright? And then it's just going to ask, so this is the version of Python version 3.9, alright? And this is just where do you want to save your file. So if you click on the file, I've actually made a Python file where I do like to save some of my things. So this is on my C drive right over here. So you can choose where you want to save it, and this is basically the path to get to it. I think this is fun for just this video. I don't really have plans to make this go anywhere. And then we'll do create from existing sources, and we'll do it on a new window. Alright, so I'm going to keep this window as is, but by default, all my PyCharm stuff is going to my other screen, so I'm going to have to drag and drop all of them here. Should I lag this video? Hopefully not, because we all know how much I hate lag. I actually tried to do OBS instead of OBS Studio, but OBS Studio is just the way to go. OBS Studio. But I don't know live. I don't have time for live, you guys. I can't make any live promises. So yeah. I could make a Minecraft video for you guys if you want one. I actually had plans to make one, but that didn't happen. What is this? Oh my gosh, look at all that. Just click File, New, and then click Python file, and then we're just gonna call this, what do we call this? Oh, there is lag. I'm gonna wait for lag to finish. You gone? I think it's gone. Let's call start.py. You guys see that? I know it's like really hard to see, but there it is. We'll just save it as a Python file. It's starting out, I guess. So worried about kite right now. Oh, well, that's gone. Maybe it's being made. No, it's definitely not being made. Try that again. Start.py. There it is. Start. And we have line 1. Our first line of code. Yay. So let's say we want to do hello world. Alright. Print. Quotes. Or single. Doesn't really matter. Hello world. Just something that I want to talk to you guys. Alright. We're going to be doing Python as our next unit, and then our second unit after Python is Java, and then who knows where we can go from there. Alright, that's kind of the plan right now. Alright. I told Sam I'm going to make a video today. He's like, can I be in? And I'm like, what do you want to call it? Python, JavaScript, or like, do you really know what that means? And just click on the start, which is just the one that we wanted to run. And it'll say where my file is, alright, and then it says hello world right over here, and then it says process finished with exit code 0. So it finished everything. This is generally how PyCharm says your message whenever you run something or print something. Alright, let's get a little bit more complicated into that. Alright, so I'll comment this line out. It's just how to write hello world, something a lot of people teach. So if anyone asks you how to write hello world in Python, now you know. Print, parentheses, single or double quotes, hello world, close the quotes, close the parentheses. You're good to ruin it. That's how you do it. But what if you want to get a little more complicated? Well, there's another thing that's pretty cool. You guys can actually get user input. Getting user input was something that I did in my last video. So if you wonder how to get user input, it depends. If you just want normal input, you can just say input, parentheses, how are you? Alright, and that's what it'll ask. Input, how are you? And let's give it a name. Let's call it greet equals input, how are you? And then we can say just say print what should we print? How are you? How about this? Weird input, how are you? We can print good to know. Why not? This is just an example. Run that. We're using start.py. Start.py already exists. Where does it exist? Where does this exist? Where does this exist? What is start. This is literally start.py, you guys. What is it talking about? No, I don't want to. Oh, I think I know what's happening here. Let's just click the run file, I guess. It's a better idea. How are you? We come here, we say fine, and it says good to know. Another thing we can use, we can put a space here, so we'll leave a space while it asks the question. So when we run it again, it says, how are you? Notice there's a space this time on the cursor, and then we can say fine, and it says good to know. Alright, let's finish with 0, let's go. Great. Let's make it a little more complicated, alright? I'll comment these two lines out. And then we can say, let's see here. What if we want to enter an integer? We do int input. Alright, and then we can say enter a number. A little space there. Notice by default PyCharm is putting two parentheses for us because we're opening two parentheses, so we have to close with two parentheses. So it's a good thing he does that, so it kind of knows how your code should flow. So that's a good thing. And we should also give this a name. We shouldn't just leave it as an input. What should we call this? We can call it num equals. And then we can say print let's see here. Or you know what we can do before we print? We can say num. We can iterate that by 1. So we're going to add 1 to that value, and then we can print num. So when we it'll ask for an integer, and then we'll add 1 to that, and then it'll print that number. So when we run this, alright, enter a number, let's say 5, it gives us 6. Sounds good, alright. Again, this is just the very basics at least, alright. So hopefully you can understand how I'm doing this, where I'm getting this from, alright. We asked a user for an integer number, alright. We added 1 to that, and then it printed that number. Good stuff. So what else do we want to? Alright, we talked about input, we talked about numbers. I am learning Boolean right now in Python. Well, no, actually, I just learned Boolean. Now what am I learning? What am I learning now? But if, elif, else statements, that's a big thing we did in my code. We'll get to that sometime. Again, this is just an introduction. Oh my gosh, we're already at 11 minutes in the video, guys. I don't want the video to be that long. So what else should we do? I'm trying to think. Actually, I don't have a plan for you guys to teach something as I used to have a plan. My plans are all gone. There are no more plans. But PyCharm videos are coming. Let's keep that promise. But not soon. They're not coming soon. Oh no. I had to take a break. Here, one. How about this? We can do. What should we do? The Dr. Human thing was fun, but what should we do? So I don't want to do anything that's really complicated yet. Alright, let's do this. We can say num input enter number, and this time we can say, let's see, now we can use an if statement. I don't want to teach you guys functions yet. I'll get to functions later. I'll teach you guys functions and main function later. I don't want to teach you guys that now. If you know what it is, then that's fine. I don't know. I can't remember if I went over any of my previous videos, but I'll teach you guys the main function soon. If you know what it is, great. But I'm gonna teach you guys that soon, just not now. All right. Let's see this. If num. All right. Let's see if this number is even or odd. All right. If num mod 2 is equal to 0. All right. So what this means is, if it's divisible by 2, it has no remainder, which means it'll be 0. I'm making 2 equals because I'm checking, I'm not assigning. Alright, then we can come here and print even. Alright, now we come over here. Now we can just do else print odd. Why else? Why do we need an elif or anything? Well, it just goes to show that if the number mod 2 is 0, then it'll be even else. For another case, it has to be odd, right? So let's see what happens when we run this code. Not that. Like here, doing Control SF5, but that's for idle. I really like idle so much. Enter number. It's a 6. Now what happened here? Oh, sorry guys. This is a string. I need double quotes. Well, for both of them actually. These aren't variables. So, forgot about that. Actually, I started with this. Now I have an extra one there. Alright, now let's see. Enter number 5. Oh, there we go. What else? Enter number 4. Even. Again, very basic stuff. What else do you want to do? If you want to input decimals, you can use float, positive, negatives, or integers, or whole numbers, whatever. It's good for number stuff. Do you want to learn string concatenation right now? I can teach you guys string concatenation. I think we have time for that. Let's go over string concatenation. Basically, it means taking strings and like putting them together, and we can use the plus sign since they're strings. Let me show you guys what I mean. Let's comment all of these lines out, and I only want to make one file for today, so I'm not making separate files. Let's comment all this stuff out. We can start here then. Alright. Let's talk about. What should we talk about? Oh, string concatenation, right? Let's say we did print I'll go over the return soon with you guys for functions, but today we're just printing. Print 4 plus 2. And when we run that, we get 6. Print string 4 plus string 2. What do you think we're going to get, you guys? When the first one runs, we get 6. The second one we run, we get 42. String concatenation works like that. It doesn't add, it just takes the 2 strings and puts them together. So, sounds simple. So if you're using the strings for the double quotes, for single quotes, it'll do concatenation, and it'll put the strings together. This is string 4 and 2 adds a string. Another way we could do this is, we can use str and then parentheses. That basically converts whatever you have to a string. If you enter in parentheses, it converts whatever you have to an integer. Float in parentheses, it converts whatever you have to a float. Alright, but you can't convert. You can only convert like numbers if it's actually a number to a float. If it's actually a number to an int, you can convert a string word to a float or an int. That would make no sense. And if it's a whole number, it'll just put 0.0 if you're converting to a float at the end. So that's how you do it. And if it's an int, it rounds down to the nearest whole number. It does not round up. Alright, I think I went over that for you guys. So if you want to actually round up, you would have to use a round function. Alright. So, I went over that in my first video. What else? I mean, that's basically that, I guess. But we could do. What else could we do? Oh, before I forgot, I was about to forget. There's a really good Python websites we can learn. One is Python for Everybody. You can buy the book or a PDF. Another great book is this book right over here. Ooh, can you see that? I don't really see that. It's really only capturing myself. I'm just getting in the way of everything. I'll just show it to the camera. No, but then we can't see me. Can I show it here? Where should I show it? Because I am kind of using a green screen, you guys, but the whole thing is getting in my way. But my camera's over here. I can just point at the camera, right? But that's gonna cover over me. That's not a good thing. I'm gonna show this book. Idea. I will just turn my camera off. I'll go, and then I can turn off my. No, that's not a good idea. I want to stay. I want to show it to you guys. Basically, now this is getting away with everything. I bet I do this. There we go. Now we can kind of see it. We can't see myself. Oh, this quality's so bad. It's just called Python programming. I don't know if you guys can read it for me. It appears backwards. Python programming. Basically, this book includes Python for beginners and Python for data science. It's a really good book. It goes over everything like definitions of words and stuff. I haven't really looked at it much, but I just have it. I just have to get a little more on. But CS1 is hard, guys. I'm taking CS1 right now, and it is not an easy class. My teacher, no. It's a lot of self-learning here. There's a website called W3 Schools. That's good. And then there's Python for Everybody. That's another good place to learn. But I can't really show my book. This is called Python Programming. I'll leave an Amazon link down below because I can't show it, I guess. Sadly. What else? Maybe the last thing I'll go over is I want to leave on a fun note. You know I want to. Until my next video. We can do this. Alright. We can say oh god, someone's coming. We can just say goodbye for now. Goodbye. Until our next video, you guys, where I will go over main functions and other functions. See you then.